Well, here we are, a little bit of a different Derby aftermath coming from my father-in-law's pole barn, but we are a little pressed on time. We just got back. It is a late night, and you can see the Hyundai Azera. She is smashed up pretty good. Went to the Transfer Harvest Home Fair, and small fair, but it's a pretty good sized Derby track, and there were 13, maybe 14 total youth. We're not sure if the one kid ended up going youth or if he jumped in as he's run different times. He might have jumped in with the adult stock class. But, as you can see, she's got a lot of carnage, had some good hits. My son Hudson, again, it's the second time he ever ran. And a couple good hits. You can see how we were folding up pretty good here on the left. The trunk, unfortunately, kind of popped up instead of going kind of backing in, which is surprising me because we're a bigger car. I thought it would really, the trunk would press down in with it. But you can see how it kind of popped up there. And the right side here, we just must have caught more of the corner there, but she's still sticking out. But yeah, she did great. And Hudson did good. 13 or 14, as I said, cars. She ran 20 minutes, just short of 20 minutes. And we got down to 5th, so almost to the trophies, but she just got too hot, and that's ultimately what took us out. So you can see how, again, it was straight stock, so not only the tires, but the stock bumper up here, and we had to use the front a number of times. Also had people put some hits on our front, and you can see how she really pressed in. I don't believe anything is broke. I'm going to pop the hood here in a minute. But she's pressed in. I think the belt was squealing toward the end there. The frame rail and kind of the plastic net around it got pressed into it. This wheel you'll see here is off. I took it off and it did break. Again, these aluminum setups, it's kind of an independent setup, so it's better than like the Cobalt, for example, that just has the small aluminum spindle with the strut. But it was probably Dad's fault, but a little bit of miscommunication slash, what's the word? Carrying out the order, I guess. I was trying to get him to drive back to the other side to flip sides, and then, you know, we'd spin around once we got over there because there was a lot of action happening on the side we were on. Well, as we were going back, he either started to lose it spinning sideways or I'm not sure what happened. So I told him, all right, let's hurry up and try to spin here, even though we were more so in the middle. Well, we didn't get spun quick enough before a car was coming and got in right. I'm pretty sure that's where it broke the strut. It's like a strut support that runs down to the spindle. But even with it broke, I could feel it vibrating and it wasn't always grabbing the gears right. But she kept fighting. And that's ultimately not what took us out. I just took that off for the ride home here so that it was kind of sitting funny on the tire. So I took the tire off so it'd sit down on the trailer. And not potentially damage anything else. But she just got too hot. Almost 20 minutes said we ran. I think it was almost 30 minutes. Shout out to the young drivers, a number of them from Mercer Grange, which we ran first. A number of them were there again, and a couple of new drivers. Again, a good feature, 13 or 14. That's a good feature. And there were some good hits and good runs. So we got down to 5th, almost made the trophies again. But I told him, I said, hey, not all good runs end with a trophy. Sometimes it's just a smashed up car and a good time. So there's the battery and just the seat cushions I put in. Again, everything worked how I wanted. Battery did great. You can see how we still have the stock tank and it's still got quite a bit of life until it's getting in between the rear axles where that tank is. So yeah, not disappointed, but like, almost. But it was a good time. So we'll pop the hood here and look at the carnage, so we can start tinkering as we don't have a lot of time before the next possible run. And we got our mangled hood up, which, by the way, again, shout out to the free 99, as I joked, seat belts. They did their job. Had 2 up front on the bumper, and then I had 2 going around the frame rails. They kept the nose down, and, you know, the hood kind of like in the middle flexed and bent up. And you can see how mangled in we are. This frame rail in particular is turned in. The bumper, of course, is really beat up. However, good news, I was afraid this right here, which is, I mean, just what is it, aluminum? I mean, it's not heavy duty. I was afraid that it got punched into that and it busted that. And I'm like, oh, if that's broke, I'm probably not even going to try to run it. That is intact. You can see how the bumper just cleared. Here's my looped radiator lines, or excuse me, yeah, my training line, that is. And it's still good. This plastic piece kind of pressed to it, but it's just on top, and then I can just unbolt and just pull that plastic piece out. The bumper, we'll unbolt it, pull it out, and you can see how it's bent right in the middle there. But again, pressed all the way back to the tranny, actually, and a little bit here in the front converter, but nothing there damaged. It actually must have just kind of grazed and went under my loop line before it kind of bent in like that. And you can see here, this got damaged too and was kind of pinching the line. That was, there we go. That was the kind of stock piece. I'll just take that out, and that should be fine. Over here, again, the pulleys, everything's still good. I thought maybe the belt was rubbing the way we got it to refire in the pits on the trailer before we left. I was curious, and she refired, but she's making a whining noise like she's really upset with us. So we didn't want to keep running her, but same thing. I'll take this off, and yeah, if we can fix that front wheel, I think she might have one more run in there. It will be a quicker run, referring to, I don't know that she's going to go super long. I'm not sure what the motor has left. She was running hot for a while. But if we can just bang with the sledge this frame rail back a little bit, and we'll see. See if we can run her perhaps at Crawford in a couple days, if we can get that wheel fixed. But again, can't complain. Good run, almost 20 minutes. I told my son, I said, bud, you know, a lot of things you did better. Some things, you know, we'll keep working on, trying to, I mean, the more experience you get, you know, the better you get. Not to mention whenever he can easily see over the back, looking back instead of me trying to direct him. But he did great. The car did great. Can't complain. Dad needs to get a little more knowledge and, I guess, understanding of how I can not only have the radiator lines looped, but also I can make sure the thermostat's either gutted, which my Cruiser, it's easy to do because it's right up front. But these cars, I just don't kind of really understand them as much, and I need to get better at that so that it's constantly looping and I can get more of the, not only water, but the fabric softener or whatever you're putting in it in there. But she did great. Again, didn't have a trophy come out with this one, but it was a good run. The old girl fought hard. See if we can piece her back together and throw her in the pit one more time. We'll see.